Hello!
Hello!
And welcome! My name is Sophia. I am Ichigo knitter on both Ravelry and Instagram.
And I am Lisa. I'm Sophia's mom, and I'm Saratoga Knitting on Ravelry and Instagram. Come find us there. We've been posting up lots of pictures.
And we're very chatty. Like, if you're looking for someone to talk to, watch out. And this is Philip on Seabold.
Yes, once again. Still breathing.
Yeah, we're going to see if he doesn't fall this time because he's in his cat bed because, you know, he came with a cat bed.
We'll see. We'll see if we can keep it up. It's nighttime now.
Yes.
We're drinking coffee because it's been
Long
a very
day.
very long day in a good way.
Yes.
This is our last night here in our little apartment. We are going to a little hotel right by the airport tomorrow because I have an 8 a.m. flight on Tuesday morning out of Osaka. And then, unfortunately, I'll be in Tokyo Airport for most of the day because my flight was originally an 11:15 out of Tokyo to Boston, but it got changed, so I think it's actually a 6 o'clock flight. So it's a lot of hours in the Tokyo Airport. But, you know, I'll knit and read and go to Starbucks and have lots of coffee before I get onto my flight, which shouldn't be a problem. It'll just be a quiet day. But tonight's our last night here, so we wanted to just get in a short little podcast together and kind of go over what we've done.
Yeah. The moral of the story is that I have to get up really early Tuesday morning.
Very early. At least the hotel's only across the street from there, but we have to walk it. But I know
the town I live in is like an hour from
there. I know.
I'm so lame.
I know. Well, you can go back to the hotel and go back to sleep.
Why would I go back to the hotel? I'm just gonna go back to my dorm.
I know. You can go back to your dorm and go to sleep there, I suppose, right? Yeah. So.
Cheers to that.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, somebody has some whips.
I do.
Or
no.
FOs.
FOs. I have a couple of things. Very
I guess
excited.
I could have just continued with it. I can't speak English.
Well, we're tired. We're very tired. It's been a long day.
そうだよね。ですけど、私英語できませんだよ。難しい。
So you didn't finish anything yet, but you've been working on lots of things, so we'll get to.
I finished this.
What'd you finish? Oh, well, it's true. Yes, you did. You'll see.
Stretching it.
Anyway, I'll start. I'm pretty excited because I did finish my socks that were cast on Christmas Eve for Little Bobbin's Christmas Eve cast on. I was very excited. Once again, they're my green socks that were supposed to have a contrasting heel that don't, but we have a contrasting toe and a rib with the Fish Lips Kiss heel. I have 2 of them, so I did finish them. I'll probably actually wear them home on the plane on Tuesday. They're really nice and they look small, but they're very stretchy because it's a rib pattern.
They're small to me no matter what, but
yes, for you they're pretty small. Usually, just briefly, when I do socks, I always knit them toe up. I did socks for years and years and years, and tried to figure out the best pattern for me. I would always like go exactly by the written pattern. And that was for me. It turned out to be really frustrating. Sometimes they'd be too big, sometimes they'd be too small. I did a lot of them cuffed down. I didn't really know how to do them toe up. And then one time I figured I'm going to try the toe up. And I did the toe up method. The cast on, I think you do the Judy's Magic cast on. I do a little bit of a different one, but it works for me. So once I figured out how to do that, it was like a whole other world opened up to me. So I usually just have a kind of a vanilla pattern that I do. So I do the toe up all the time. I go up to whatever, usually 64 stitches. Sometimes I'll fudge that if I need it for the pattern. And then I'll just choose whatever pattern it is. If I choose a pattern repeat, I don't necessarily follow the actual pattern for the sock, but I'll use the pattern repeat, and I just do them on the front, do stockinette on the bottom, Fish Lips Kiss heel, and then go around the off and go right up to the top. And that's really what I do. They fit me really, really well, so I'm always pleased with that. So that's just kind of my formula for socks that works for me.
Yes, and that's how she taught me to knit socks. So I've never ever knit socks with like a pattern. Like I will always just take the stitch pattern that the that's provided and do it that way, and just so like I can just knit socks like whenever I feel like it, which is really freeing for me. I think that's what I enjoy about socks, is how free I am able to just be like, all right, I know the number of stitches I need, I know what I'm doing. I mean, usually I do vanilla socks. They are my personal preference, but yeah, knitting socks like that is really what works for me. But it's the only way I've ever known.
There you go. My second finished object, and the only reason this is finished is just because we've been kind of on vacation. I've had so much time.
New Year's.
And New Year's, yeah, New Year's. We had a lot of time on New Year's. I finished the Renfrew hat by Jane Richmond. I was very excited about this. I put up on Instagram. This is a really interesting hat pattern.
Yeah, this is cool.
Because you actually knit it inside out, basically. So you're creating the pattern. I don't want to give too much, but you're creating the pattern when you're knitting it inside out. So you're doing all stockinette, and then this is the pattern and stockinette around. And when you're finished with the hat, then you turn it inside out, and it's actually reverse stockinette with this beautiful cable pattern on it, which is really, really cool. And it took me a while. I forgot. I know I read the pattern, but I forgot when I started knitting it. And you know, as I said, you're knitting it from the inside out. And I'm like, this just doesn't look very good. It doesn't look like the picture. What the heck's going on here? And I was probably maybe 3 inches into the cable pattern until I finally said, and I happened to turn it. I'm like, oh, that's right, I forgot it. It's knit inside out. So I think it's really, really cool. It came out really, really cool. It's probably a tad bit smaller than it actually should be, because we bought new needles for it, and you said the needles here are just, the
Japanese
sizes
needles,
are just a tiny bit smaller than American size.
Yes, like the way that there's U.S. sizes and UK uses the centimeters. Japan uses their own system for needle sizes, and the needle system they use is slightly off, to the point that there are several needle sizes that exist solely in Japan or solely outside of Japan. I actually had to look up a chart online that had information on the different sizes. It is kind of confusing for me because I didn't do enough research to understand why that difference is, and that's my own lazy fault. But there are the sizes are different, and let me tell you, I didn't realize that at first, because you know anything about me, not the brightest bulb. And so I bought the wrong size needles for my gloves, which is why my gloves are a repeat shorter around the cuff than they were supposed to be. I put 2 and 2 together eventually and realized that the issue there was that I had the wrong size needles. Yeah. Alright, back to you.
Oh, well. So we bought a size 7 needle, as I didn't have one, and I really wanted to start this because this is that beautiful skein yarn that Sophia gave me for Christmas. And it really is glorious. It's just lovely and squishy and soft and beautiful. But this hat is probably just a tad smaller than it's meant to be. I would definitely make this again, and I'll make it with U.S. needles at some point when I go home. But it's really super, super cute. And
yes.
I wore it out all day. Yesterday.
As soon as you finished it, she just popped it on her head, and we went out.
And we went out, and it was. I've got a new hat. So I really like it. I love the color. I just love it. So this is actually now a finished object for Beezy Mama's Downton Abbey knit along, which is really great. So now I get to do something else that I can put in there as well. As I said, the color of this.
Is it? Can you have more than one?
Yeah, you can have. I'm sure you can. I'm pretty sure you can have more than one. I have to check on that. But anyway, this is done. That's where this is gonna go. So I'm really pleased with this.
Lovely.
Really pleased with this pattern, so I'm very, very excited with it. Excellent.
Yeah, you whipped that bad boy
I
out.
did. Well, we had time.
We did. Yeah, we'll talk about that in a little bit. We had quite a bit of time, and again, due to my own lack of research, because college student, lazy.
That's okay. It's okay. Sorry.
Such a nut. Anyways,
So,
my finished object. Technically not a finished object, but I count it as a finished object because. Okay, I'll show you. So wait for my hands to be in here. I learned how to crochet. Kind of. Look, I made a granny square.
put it on the white so you can see. Ah, there you go.
Maybe you don't want to see it in a backdrop where you can't see anything. Yay! Obviously, it's in no means perfect. It's first adventure, and I'm really excited though. Like, seriously, I think I'm addicted. I like bound this sucker off and immediately started something else crochet-wise that I've had to pause because my stuffing is in my dorm. But I'll get to that. But yeah, it's so fun, guys. I seriously, new obsession right here. Like, stuffies. I have quite a few cued, including a cat. Not that I have a cat addiction or anything. Right, Philip? Yes, that's right. Okay, yeah. I count that as a finished object, guys.
It is. It's something brand new,
Woohoo!
and you'll keep that forever now as a memento. You should frame it. We'll frame. We'll frame it.
My first square.
My first granny square ever.
Okay. Well, with that over with, should we move on to whips?
Yes.
Oh, I'll go first.
Okay, you
Yeah.
go ahead.
Alright, whip numero uno. On the subject of my crocheting, I decided that since I tried a granny square, I wanted to try crocheting circularly, upwardly. Yes? Yeah. Okay. So, I cast on this. And right now it looks like a tiny bowl with no purpose. But when I get back to my dorm where I have my stuffing, this is going to turn into an owl. This is the Tiny Owl Ornament pattern by, I believe her name is Josephine Wu. It's a free pattern on Ravelry. Super, super great for beginners like myself because thanks to this I was able to practice single crochet and learn about how to increase and decrease in crochet. And yeah, it was really addictive. Again, I think I'm really addicted to this. This is a downhill slope of glory, let me tell you, especially because I got all this yarn. There's going to be so many turquoise things, it's not even going to be funny. But yeah, I'm really excited about how this turned out, but you know, obviously right now it's still just kind of a mystery bowl. But whatever. You only have one whip, right?
I do.
Okay, so I'll show more. Because I'm on a knitting craze. When am I not on a knitting craze? Actually, that's not even a... Okay. Number 2. I picked my socks back up. I knit... I think I was probably on this stripe last time I showed it to you guys. So I have knit a little bit on it. Again, socks are usually my, like, school knitting. Or late night knitting when this brain doesn't work well. This brain doesn't work well a lot of the time, but like seriously at night I cannot properly do Japanese or knit. It's really unfortunate.
You can't knit something complicated. You can knit.
Okay, yeah, I can knit something complicated and I can't write Japanese essays. Like seriously, I wrote a Japanese essay once and I sent it to my boyfriend to print it out for me. And so he messaged me and he's like, "So, your particles." And I was like, it was a mess, but whatever, that's a tangent. Yeah, so this is going along great. This is kind of cool because since it's a sport weight yarn, this is Mustache Yarns in the Elsa and Anna colorway on her sport base. So it is denser because I, being me, decided, I'll just do the same number of stitches and do it on the same needles I always knit on. So significantly denser, but I really love it. So these are coming out great. Just kind of like my enjoyment knitting because it's like a treat to not have to think about it, sort of, which I know just makes me crazy. third whip, and I guess last current whip, because we're not talking about the gloves. Those will get done. It'll be like 2 months from now. I'll be like, guys, and have gloves done. But till 2 months from now, I could just like literally finish them and wait for 2 months, and then not tell you.
Yes, you could.
Okay, so I have been steaming along on my French can-can shawl. The pattern is by Mademoiselle C on Ravelry. It is a paid-for pattern. Totally worth it. Seriously, I think I could knit like 10,000 of these and never stop. Because again, most of it is just knit, 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 knit. And for me, for some reason, I think I go in and out of phases, and I think I'm in that phase right now where I just want to like, just knit. Just knit. But I have finished the body, which I apologize for the scrunchiness, but needles. Oh, where is it? And I have now started the edging, which doesn't really look like edging right now, but
Did you have to cast on more?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
And you knit side. You knit sideways, so you knit along the.
Yes, the body of. Oh yeah, nice.
So it.
So you pick up a stitch on each time you go over the row. Oh, nice.
Yeah. So this is amazing. Really simple. Like seriously. Oh, excuse me, as I like.
But it's gonna be beautiful. It's gonna be.
I am so excited.
Gorgeous.
The only bummer is that I'm not gonna be able to block it till over the summer, because I mean she brought blocking needles with her because I asked her to for another shawl, which I was dumb and left in my dorm room. Whoopsies. But there is nowhere in my dorm to actually block.
Yeah, it's true. You'd have to do it on your futon.
And I can't do it on my futon because that's not mine. I think they're rented or something.
Wet.
Yes, I can't do that. And my dorm room is covered in tatami mat. That's a no-no. That is like, no. But I think it'll still be big and delicious for...
It'll be a great scarf, and then you'll block it over the summer, and then next year you'll use it more as a
when I'm back
shawl
in the depths of Vermont. But yes, and this is Matosh DK weight in the Worn 10 colorway. Alright, and that is my... Oh, also, again on the Sophia struggles with life. Had to hand wind this, yes. Working yarns on the outside.
Pointed out on... Someone had pointed out to us on Instagram because I took a picture of Sophia doing this, and the question was, is she winding that into an outside? Why isn't she doing, a center pull ball? And my response was, I didn't realize she wasn't doing a center pull ball. I would have helped her do a center pull ball. And I asked her that question, and she's like, I don't know. I don't know how to do a center pull ball. I'm like, oh my God.
YOLO.
I would have helped you next time. I mean, it works fine because it's in your bag.
It just stays in my bag, so it's not going anywhere.
Yeah, it's not a tragedy, but you can learn to do. You can do it. Center pull ball is really very, very convenient.
It's one of those, Mommy, I can do this myself.
Even if you're doing it by hand, it's really super convenient. And here's another tip. A tip from Mom.
A tip that I don't know because
you probably don't. You probably know it, but you don't remember it because you haven't really paid attention. Because now we have a ball winder at home, so you don't usually do this. But again, this is something I saw somewhere else many years ago, and conveniently, my family owns a pharmacy.
I could never figure out how you do.
Yeah, so
I know, but I tried it. Didn't work.
No,
I can't do it right.
It works.
No, it don't. No, I'm not saying it doesn't work.
So basically,
I can't do it.
They're all going, owns a pharmacy. What does that have to do with anything? You don't have to own a pharmacy in order to do a center pull ball. Oh my God, makes no sense. No sense whatsoever. Anyway, because my family owned a pharmacy, not even if we didn't, it wouldn't matter. You just really need a medicine, an empty medicine bottle, any kind of empty medicine bottle. So it's about this big or so, with the top on it. And basically, what you do is you stick the first end of your yarn inside the medicine bottle, put the top on it, so you're not going to lose that the beginning of the center pull, and then just wind right around the medicine bottle. So rather, usually you can use your hands or whatever, but this is really convenient because it's pretty small in diameter, and you just wind it around and keep on going, and then when you're done, you just pop the medicine bottle out, and it's just this nice little hole in the middle, and it kind of collapses in on itself nicely, and then you just take the top off, and there you have your.
I get the medicine bottle stuck in the yarn.
You do it too tightly. You don't have to do it.
Well, I think it's because I used the Target one.
Well, the Target one is the wrong shape. It can't be a Target one. The Target one is the Target one is kind of a triangle. You can't use that one. It has to be old-fashioned round.
I've used that one today.
Yeah, that really would. That doesn't. I suppose it could work, but it doesn't work as easily as just the plain old round one. Well, anyway, next time she does that, she can try this. That was just a funny interlude for us this week, because I had no idea that's what she was doing until someone mentioned it on Instagram. Oh, how weird is that?
I'm so cool. Yeah.
So that's it. So, and that you want me to do? I just have my one because I'm going home. I'll have more when I go back home. But I'm still working on this, the lovely, what's it called again? It's beautiful. I love the pattern. I can't remember.
I know, it's hard to remember things. AIS. I honestly have no idea.
By Espace Tricot.
Oh,
it's really pretty, and the yarn is just gorgeous. It's lace weight yarn, and it's all this multiple colors. It has a little bit of a lace paneling in between, so you do a total of 7 of these stockinette panels. So it really will be a beautiful, beautiful wrap, and I'm really very pleased with it. It's really just very meditative knitting. I really like it. I think it's coming out great. I love the colors of it. I think it's going to be super when it's blocked out.
It's going to grow.
It'll grow, and it'll be really pretty when it's blocked out. So
yeah, look at that.
Just lovely. So that's my only project right now that I'm doing right now. That's all I'm working on
right now. At this very moment, right now.
I have some legal adjacent projects though. Projects. I'm going to. I purchased this weekend.
Why did you just?
I didn't need to.
She's like just tapping her screen instead of pulling.
I have a hard time with the phone sometimes.
That's where I get my genius.
Yes, this is so pretty. I just purchased the Caprice shawl from Arohan Knits. Oh, there it is. On Ravelry. She actually is a young designer who lives in Japan. So we've been kind of messaging back and forth on Instagram, and this is just a beautiful, beautiful pattern. And I have some wool Misa that I've been gifted a long time ago, so I think I'm going to pull that out and make this when I get I get home. And I think I'll probably, if I finish this, I'll enter it into Holly Dow. Swift Knits. She's having a knit along, a treat yourself knit along as well. It just goes a little bit longer than Sophia's. So I think I'm gonna I want to cast this on when I get home. I'll be pretty excited about that.
You are a shawl knitting.
I am. I like to knit shawls. They're really pretty.
You definitely do. She is knitting this gorgeous shawl back home, which we'll show you over the summer. It's like this deep orange red, and it's got beads in it.
Oh yeah, I gotta pull that back out again too.
Oh my gosh, it's gorgeous.
I keep forgetting about that.
This thing is gorgeous.
Yeah, it is pretty. It's pretty.
Yeah.
That was from the Knitting Traditions magazine.
Yeah, that sounds right to me. That sounds right.
A couple months back, they had a lace issue, and it's actually the one that's on the cover. It's really, really pretty, and I have some beads that I'm adding to it.
Yeah, aren't they they're like gold colored,
gold colored beads. Yep.
I love it. Like seriously.
It's one of those, if you've done beaded work, it takes a little bit of concentration, so you've got a chart and you've got to, you have to add beads. It's not hard in particular, but you kind of have to, it's not just like I'm so exhausted at night, I just need to knit something in front of the TV. But I got to pull that back out again.
You totally should.
Yep.
I want to take it.
Yeah, I know you do. So, that's all I got.
Excellent. All right. Should we move on to acquisitions?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So this week was New Year's. And in Japan, there are some very unique New Year's traditions, which are fabulous, and I'm so down with them. The week of New Year's, so the 2nd of January to the 8th of January, generally, is huge bargain sales. All the malls, all the stores have massive bargains, usually up to 50% off at most stores, and they're getting rid of their old inventory, getting ready for new. It's massive. It's crazy.
I'd say it's the equivalent of Black Friday.
Yeah,
here.
it felt like the equivalent of Black
Friday.
It's intense, and really, especially because January 1st, 2nd, and 3rd, most places in Japan are closed, except for malls. So even restaurants, you can't get into any restaurants except for the ones in malls, which we did. We wanted to go out to dinner and kind of experience that, which is. It's really cool. It's really a great, you got to experience that, which is the massive humanity. It's kind of like the Japan that you see on TV. Like, most of the time, you're not, constantly surrounded by, thousands of people. But when you go to the mall at Osaka Station, let me tell you.
Yeah. And
it was really cool.
What was it called? It's called, what's the term for?
Oh, well, get to that.
Sorry.
Oh,
sorry.
So, along with this bargain shopping that goes on New Year's is a type of shopping that is a thing called fukubukuro, which is the lucky bag. So most every store will have tons of these fukubukuro, which are they're bags, and inside them is products, but you don't know what's inside them. And the bags will be a fixed price, and then they usually tell you the general price of everything that's inside, and the deal is huge. So I was watching a vlogger who got a fukubukuro, and she paid $100 for the fukubukuro. Everything inside of the fukubukuro was over $100 each, and there were 4 items. So basically, she did the math, and she was like, "This is basically I paid $25 per item, and these items were all over $100, and that's converted from yen." And so basically, it's an extremely good deal, and it's a mad rush to get them, especially the big name. I've done some research on it and read that actually in 2004. There was, I think in Ginza, somewhere, there was an Apple store that did fukubukuro. Crazy. So I went on the lookout to find a lucky bag to get, because I just had to purchase it. I was like, OMG, this needs to be experienced. So, we went to a lot of shops, and eventually I decided to get a fukubukuro from an accessory store. And the bag itself is... Excuse me, my hair gets everywhere. It's unmarked, so it's just this maroon bag, and the price for this was 1,000 yen, which is approximately $10 US. And inside was the bag itself, kind of ripped. All of this. And we did the math on all of these products, and each item in here was approximately $10. Examples of what was in here was a hair clip, a bunch of scrunchies of different colors. Scrunchies are in Japan right now, so I'm gonna be a cool kid. Got some necklaces, bracelets, and a bunch of really great earrings. I'm actually wearing a pair of the earrings right now that I got, and a bow clip that was in the bag. So it was really cool. It was a great,
it was really fun. And it was fun to open, too, because it was like...
So exciting. Because
you didn't know what you were going to get.
You know, it's just this unmarked bag. You have no idea what's inside. And they actually, you can see, they had it stapled closed, so you couldn't see. Some stores actually tell you what's in the bags, and some stores will let you look in the bags. But a lot of the stores actually keep it 100% secret, so you have no idea what you're getting. So that was really fun. I wanted one of the ones where you didn't know. Also, we wanted one of the cheap ones, because, a lot of the stores were selling $100 fukubukuro.
Didn't need to do that.
Didn't need to do that. I mean, mind you, the deals were probably great. Didn't need to spend $100.
We
spent
did
10.
not need to spend
No,
$100.
spent $10. It was great. It was
cheap
cheap fun.
It was a lot of fun. Yeah.
It was great. It was fantastic. So that was really cool. I'd obviously never experienced that before because I've never been in Japan at New Year's, and it was really just like, I don't know, it felt like we were doing something.
Mm-hmm.
We were just like, yeah. We were like out in the crowds and like getting.
Well, that was the day. Was that New Year's Day that we actually did it? Yeah, it had to have been New Year's Day because.
No, it had to have been.
Was it the day after? No, because it was.
No, it wasn't New Year's Day.
It wasn't New Year's Day.
New Year's Day. It was the second.
That's right. Yeah. Sorry.
We're just like, ooh. Did we get? Oh, I got makeup today.
Mm-hmm.
The reason I'm telling you this is because I noticed when I opened the package that the makeup has kindly told me, "Melty your heart." So melty your heart, everyone. Melty your heart. Yeah, I love Japan. I really do. I sincerely love Japan. Anyways, alright, so that was all for acquisitions. I'm just checking our show notes because my phone turned off. Okay, I guess we can go right into what we've done since we've already kind of been talking about it anyways. So, I know we podcasted pretty recently, but we wanted to do it again just because this one is returning to America in 2 days. So, after we podcast, we told you guys we were going to the Pokemon Center, and we did. How did you find it?
I found it quite enjoyable. It's pretty small. I was thinking it was going to be this huge thing, but it was pretty small in that particular one. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. Got a couple of little things for... Shh, don't tell anyone.
There's some little munchkins.
Some munchkins are going to be getting a couple of things from the Pokemon Center. But it was pretty cute. It was pretty cool to actually go to a Pokemon Center. You know, well, she's grown up on Pokemon, so I've grown up for her practically her whole life on Pokemon. So it was really fun. It was fun to go to that.
Yeah, I enjoyed it, but you know, I love Pokemon. And then that was New Year's Eve.
That was on New Year's Eve.
Yeah. And so New Year's Day, we kind of took New Year's Day off.
Well, New Year's Eve, what did we do? Did we get pork buns on New Year's Eve? What did we?
Yes,
we did.
Yeah.
We had to stand in crazy line. We had to find them. That was.
Oh my gosh!
That was it. She couldn't remember where to.
I know there is a big chain here in Japan. It's Gogoichi or 551, and they do pork buns. Glorious pork buns.
We hadn't had them yet, so.
Well, I've had them.
Oh yeah, that's true.
She had.
No, we did have them. We did have them. That's right. I'm sorry.
Stop being
Sorry.
Mom. So we wanted to get pork buns for New Year's Eve because we were like, restaurants are going to
go to a restaurant. We weren't really sure what to kind of expect for New Year's Eve. We really didn't know whether it was going to be like insane or fireworks or what was going to be happening. And the malls were insane. It was insane. It was insane. It wasn't like mall shopping. It was food shopping. Oh my gosh! It was just this place that we ended up going into. Yeah, it's kind of like this real huge specialty food store in that mall, and it was insane. People were just, elbow to elbow, shoulder to shoulder, like in a frenzy, buying stuff for New Year's Eve and New Year's Day, I guess. And there was so much. It was so big. We had to ask directions finally for the pork bun, where this nice gentleman told Sophia in Japanese where to find them, and so we did, and we found them.
We did. Do you want to show the picture? I know we've had some questions about
this one.
Yeah, on Instagram about what we're talking about when we talk about pork buns.
These are pork buns.
They are all made by hand. And actually, on the back you can see. This is what they're doing. So it's filled with like pork and a mixture of vegetables.
Yes.
We
have some video.
We do. You took some video.
Insert.
The rest of this doesn't look like it's anything. Whoa! It folds open.
Yes, it does.
Oh my goodness.
I think it just shows other products that they have, but that's just.
Look at all the products.
We only got pork buns
because pork buns.
But that's what they look like, and they're really cool. They're not
delicious.
That's as cooked as they are.
Yeah, they're steamed.
They're
not
steamed.
cooked.
They're not cooked, so they're steamed in these.
I mean, the meat's
these boxes, and then you get as many as you
fresh.
many as you want, fresh. Yeah, they were really good.
Yeah, it's great, and they're hand making them right there, so you can actually while you're in line watch them.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like
insert the video.
yes, right now.
Here.
Perfect.
Yeah, it's true. Just like scooping the ice cream. Hopefully that was fun. It was fun to watch in person. So then New Year's Day. Well, New Year's Eve was actually very quiet here in this little
in the town we're in. Yes, it was very quiet.
When we came back New Year's Eve, it was the sweetest thing. The people, I think we had said this is an Airbnb apartment that we have, and when we came, the people that own it are very, very nice, and they're more than happy to have us here because we've been here for 2 weeks. But when we came back on New Year's Eve, after being out and getting our pork buns and coming back later, it was already dark. There was a package on our door handle, and it turned out to be this really sweet little Happy New Year's pastry inside it from the people that were, that own the apartment. It was so nice of them. It was really, really sweet. Yeah, there's a picture of it. It was such a sweet treat. Oh my gosh, it was nothing we ever expected. It was really, really sweet. And they actually, I emailed them right away and said, thank you so much for that. We did get it.
Make sure it was from them.
We knew it was from them. But then they said, they're like, oh, if you stay up, you could go up to the shrine. And there's an udon restaurant in town that is open from midnight until 3 in the morning. Yeah, we had our pork buns.
She didn't
want
to go party.
No, I didn't want to go party. But it was really quiet here. At home it's just like first night, and Saratoga's crazy. There's thousands of people, and they close off Broadway, and they have all the performances, and it's first night, and there's tons of it. There's fireworks at midnight, and it's a big deal.
Yes.
Nothing here. It was totally quiet. Totally quiet.
Here.
Yeah, there were no.
It's peaceful place.
Yeah, there were no fire. Nobody was even doing fireworks like during the day. There just weren't fireworks for New Year's, so. That was quiet. Yeah. So then New Year's Day, we just kind of hung out and watched podcasts and
then
knit. And then in the afternoon,
we discovered.
Yeah, we discovered
there was snow everywhere.
It was snowing. I think we said before in this little apartment, you can't. There are windows, but they're all frosted, so there's nowhere that you can, without opening a window or opening the door, you can't see outside. So we had no idea, and Sophia came running into me from the bedroom, going, "Mom, I just saw a picture on Facebook. Look out the window!" And it was snowing here. It was crazy. It was snow everywhere, and it was heavy, wet snow was coming down.
Snowman making snow.
Oh my gosh! And we weren't sure what we were going to do for dinner. We were just going to kind of like meander around maybe. But then we're like, oh my gosh, it's snowing. What are we really going to do? So we thought, well, I think there's a McDonald's. Oh, I know Mark's going to be like, you guys went to McDonald's. But anyway, it's just right down the corner. So rather than go any place, we thought, well, let's go out in the snow and we'll go down to McDonald's and just have McDonald's, and it'll be really, really cool thing. And then we'll come back, and so we wouldn't get totally wet or anything because we weren't really prepared for snow.
No, I have a hole in my shoe.
Yeah. But it was great. Oh my gosh, it was so much fun to see. It was so pretty. Oh, it was lovely.
Oh, awesome. And then, of course, it melted away the next day.
Yeah, it melted the next day. But it was so much fun, and there were people out, and they were like, little kids were like frantically making snowmen because they just don't get snow like that.
Yeah, no, it barely snows here. Usually you get like a dusting. And that's not even till like later. Like
Yeah.
this was totally
This is
out
really,
of
it
the
was
blue.
wholly out of the blue. People were outside. It was just really, it was really fun. It was really fun. You know, you think I could care less about snow. I get so much snow, but this was really special because it just doesn't snow, and you're like, oh my gosh, it's snowing.
And it was New Year's.
It was New Year's. It was nice, and we had the mountain, the little bit of mountains
it was
right here.
gorgeous.
It was just all white. It was really, really kind of cool.
Yeah.
And then the next morning it was all gone. Oh, no, you know, pretty much the next morning it melted.
It was gone
by
the
midday.
next afternoon. It was gone.
The next day, but it was really it was a fun experience to
Oh my gosh,
to
yes.
see. So that was great. And what did we do?
What else did we do?
Well, then we tried to go. Was that the day we went to the?
Yes, the next day.
The next day.
So, fun story. New Year's. Everything's closed on New Year's. Everything's also closed on the 2nd and 3rd. So, we traveled like, I don't know, half an hour, 45 minutes away to an art museum. Got there, it was closed. Oops.
So I'm like, well, maybe we can just go back to the mall. So he's like, sure, let's go to the mall. Oh my gosh, and that was the day we had no idea that this whole shopping extravaganza was going on. Oh my god, it was
awesome.
So crazy. It was awesome.
It was an unexpected adventure.
Yeah, unexpected. So we have pictures and video from that day too.
Yeah.
So we can insert them
Right here?
right here.
Absolutely.
What's that? Okay. Dad would hate this.
Yes.
God. It was crazy. Yeah. It was really crazy. It was awesome. It was really, really crazy. I've never seen that many people in the mall setting my entire life. And people were just going crazy. I mean, just going crazy. I don't even know how they were buying things. There were just so many people standing in line, and I don't even know how they could see things to buy, but everything was, 50% off, 30% off, 20% off. That was insane. It's still going on.
It is. It goes on until the 8th.
Yeah.
Till tomorrow.
It's still
Well,
going on.
wait,
No,
what?
No, not
No, the
tomorrow.
8th isn't.
No, the 8th's not tomorrow. I'll be home on the 8th.
I can't do math.
That's okay. It's still going on. It's still going on. It was really pretty. It was pretty crazy.
It was awesome. So today we finally.
Oh, what we forgot. On New
What?
Year's, did we go up to the?
No, that was yesterday.
Was that yesterday?
Yesterday.
Okay,
Yeah,
so-
yesterday. We're all over the place. If we sound crazy, it's because we are.
Oh, we don't remember. It's hard to remember from day to day.
So yesterday we walked outside and noticed that tons of people were walking up the hill. And now usually this is a quiet town.
Mm-hmm.
Not usually that many people out and about. There were masses of people going up the hill, and at the top of the hill there is a temple.
That's right. Which I think we've shown pictures before.
Yes, we have.
Mm-hmm.
And we were like, what? So we were like, yeah, let's go.
Let's walk up. the hill.
So we did, and there was a little festival.
Mm-hmm.
So cute.
It was really nice.
Yeah, it was sweet.
It was just really nice. The weather was beautiful, and people were out, and they're doing, I don't know what they get, New Year's fortunes.
Yes, they were.
It was really cool to do, to actually see.
Yeah, and it was kind of unexpected, and it was, obviously this is a really small town, so it was a really local thing. And there were like a bunch of people, but not like a bunch of
people.
like it wasn't like people, but it was just like the townspeople, and it was really fun because it wasn't something we expected. And we kind
there were a lot of families like walking up the hill with their little kids, and
the kids are like, "Mom, can I stop walking now?"
It was really it was very traditional Japanese. It was
great.
A really cool thing to see.
Yes. And then today, we finally went to the art museum. It was quite the art museum.
Yeah.
I'm not really sure what I experienced.
I'm not quite sure what I experienced either, but we did go. It was nice. It was very lovely and quiet. It's not very. I mean, it looks huge from the outside,
but they don't have a lot on display.
And
I didn't understand what I was looking at.
Yeah, they had a special.
It was like video art
kind of thing. I didn't understand it.
I don't think I'm intellectual enough.
I
was just looking at it like,
wasn't quite sure.
there's a person's hand on loop in the video.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know, but
I don't know. It was
a good. It was good, and we had a lovely. We didn't really have lunch. We had dessert.
We had a
there.
dessert set.
Yeah, we had dessert
At
set.
the
And
cafe,
coffee at the cafe
inside.
So it was very nice.
So we got to pretend to be fancy and intellectual.
Yes, and then we went
Back
to the mall because we had to do a little last minute shopping for some small souvenirs.
Yes. And then we went back to the takoyaki place that Anthony Bourdain had gone to because they are so good. Ugh. I need them now. I had them a few hours ago, but I need them again.
Yeah, it was fun. And this time I knew exactly what to do, so it was
Yeah, she was like,
she was the professional.
Like, of the two of us, she's just like, ha, she like went right at cooking the takoyaki. I was like, alright.
Absolutely. I knew what to do. I knew what to do.
Yeah,
so that was really kind of cool. Really was kind of cool.
So that's about all of the adventuring stories we have. It's probably a lot of rambling on our part, but we'll swap it.
Tomorrow we'll do some cleaning up in here, and then we're off to our hotel, and then I'm off back home on Tuesday.
And I'm back to my temporary home of the dorm for half a year more. It's kind of crazy that it's like halfway through my exchange program already. I'm like, oh, what?
Yep, one more semester. Yep. And then you'll be home again.
I'll be home. Ho, ho, ho. Which means me and the cat will be partying. Yes. And I get my room back because somebody's stolen it.
Just for a few things.
They're using it as storage.
Well, it's your dad's guitar practicing room. I have some knitting in there. He's got a desk in there.
That's all going when I get back.
It's a nice
all
warm
going.
room.
It's all going.
It's good.
It's my room.
So do you want to talk about the knit-along?
Oh yeah. So we have a knit-along running
group
right now in the Ichigo Abroad podcast group on Ravelry. It is a treat yourself knit-along. All you have to do is be a member of the group. Your project, it just has to be something for yourself. You can have started it anytime, ever. Like, it can be a sock that you started in, 2009. As long as you finish it in January, that counts. Like a pair of socks, I guess. One sock. A pair of socks. Anything you are knitting, it can be any type of knitting. It can be crocheting. It could be sewing yourself a project bag. Anything, as long as it is for yourself. It is finished in January, and you posted a picture of it up in the FO thread. There's also a chatter thread going on right now for the knit-along, so come on and let us know what it is you're knitting and how you like to treat yourself. And the prize is a notions pouch that we bought here in Kyoto. And yes, so you may enter as many times as you'd like, one post per entry, but as many things as you finish for yourself in January, go right ahead. Yeah. And I think
I should just say we've had a great time because we've been watching a lot of podcasts together, which has really been fun because I've kind of introduced you to some that you hadn't seen before, which was really nice, and it's been really fun to get some shout outs from some people.
Yeah, that was cool.
That was really that's really been quite a bit of fun. Ellie and Dave on FO and I gave us a shout out. Hey guys, hope you guys are feeling better. I know the flu has struck their house now, and the Canadian Knitter, yoo-hoo, thank you so much. And of course, Yarnder Woman, she mentioned us as well. So that's been a lot of fun.
Lost Birds.
And Lost Birds, yes, exactly. Yeah, that's
Thank
been.
you guys.
Yeah, thank you guys. That's been really a lot of fun. We've enjoyed it, and we enjoy all your podcasts. And
Yeah, seriously, I have a podcast watching addiction.
We get all the ideas from there.
So I think that's about it.
Okay.
Thanks
let's
for
get this up.
sharing this
Thanks very
adventure with
much.
us.
Thanks to Mrs. Bakery Bear for sharing the adventures with us as
Yes,
well.
she has come everywhere.
She's been everywhere with us,
Been
which has
making
been a
lots
lot
of
of
friends.
fun.
Yes. And so next time it will be just me again. And you'll see this one again in the summer with a real cat. Not this one. Maybe this one. He might pop in every once in a while, but there will be a real cat. Yeah. So.
Okay, great.
Bye.
Bye.